Hi and welcome to another edition of Exclusive, and I have with me the guy. My name is Odera Collins, but before I go ahead to introduce this person, I'm super excited because we have a new album out on the charts. It's topping the charts. I mean, Don Jazzy last week was saying that you should please allow us.
Before Benson came. Benson came and pushed all of us away.
It's such a beautiful time for Nigerian music industry because I mean, I was an ardent listener growing up and here we are now. So fantastic. Mr. Incredible.
Yes, so
African rapper number one.
Yes, in Enugu, of course.
The newest lover boy in town. I'm not going to take that away. You left me.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's true. That as well, true. Newest lover boy, I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah, how does that feel? Feel?
It's a good feeling. I mean, the simple way to describe it is, you're walking through life mostly by yourself. Yeah, you have parents, you have family, but you get to choose someone to go the distance with you. Yeah, and I think I found someone really cool. So.
Oh, I think this is why we say, aww. Yeah. All right, so enough of the love bug. Yeah. So let's talk about you. You've been out of the scene for a while.
Yeah.
Why? Why the long break?
Yeah, I mean, at least from my perspective, I understand the question, but life is life, and I've always been working. I've been building tasks, that was a lot of really hard work to get it to where it is today. Before then, I was running the Chocolate City, and so for me, there's been no break. Even though I guess from the eyes and perspective of a fan of M.I, it seems like, M.I has not been around for a long time. In that regard, I'll just say that making an album like The Guy takes a lot of time, a lot of focus, a lot of prep, and I think I just recently had the time. I was able to have a runway of say, okay, I can put an album out now. And I'm just so overwhelmed with the response. I'm really happy,
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, so taking a moment to talk about The Guy, right? I think I like the way it announces you, The Guy, right? So let's talk about the album.
Yeah.
What's the story behind it?
Yeah, man.
How did we come up with this?
So I tell this story to encourage people out there, but before I started recording, I asked myself a question. Is there anything more for me to do in the music business? And I think I came up with an answer. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back in. But I hated styling because I'm a shorter guy. I was big, I was thicker. And so clothes were I would just struggle to get clothes to fit me. So I made up my mind I was going to lose weight and set the goal. Losing weight is very hard. I know you don't know anything about that.
What?
Some people come like pie in life, you understand?
Well.
Weedy or robs. But when I did it, because it was very tough, it took me running an hour every day. I'd wake up in the morning around 5:30, I'd run for an hour. And I had to learn how to intermittent fast as well.
How long was this?
It took maybe for me to be stable at where I wanted to be. It took maybe 8 months, but because I would hit the weight and go back, hit the weight and go back. But I was like, I'm the guy. I'm the guy that did the thing. Like sometimes our goals don't have to be the biggest thing. It can be, I want to read a book, but I want us to remember with the album, through this platform, I want people to remember what it means to be unafraid to write goals down and to achieve them. We all have what I call God energy inside us. It's that power. You see it in kids. Kids are never afraid. They go and touch the door. They go and touch fire. They always want to learn new things.
So inquisitive.
As an adult, you become afraid. You are your insecurities, your fear. What if people laugh at me? But The Guy is reminding myself that even M.I was created by someone. And that guy that created M.I is the actual guy. Jude, that's the guy. And we all have that. Odera, that's the guy. Do you understand? That's the guy. But so that's what the album is about.
Oh, that's fantastic. Just seeing where all that comes from, you know, because a lot of times we tend to have this aerial view towards life, and it's just like, wow, really. So are we going to say that the entire album, I know a lot of us waited for the love song on the album.
Yeah, true.
Lover girls like us we did. But are we going to say that the entire album was solely inspired by this 8-month journey of weight loss?
It was the ignition. It was what started it.
Okay.
But when you start to tell your story about who is the guy, then you have to tell all these other pieces of my thoughts on like social media, my thoughts on mental health, my thoughts on love, my thoughts on, achievement, my thoughts on hate, my thoughts on, being blessed. The whole thing, the whole project is just an expression. It's like a sliver. It's like if you have been a fan of M.I and now we're here, you want to get a sliver of my life. You look in in through the lens of this album, you'll see everything there.
Okay. So I'm going to ask a question, even as much as I feel like you might not answer this question. But who did you write hate for?
The hate is not even for anybody. People keep asking me this question.
Yeah.
It's not about anybody. Do you know what the hate is? The hate is the come moment. Like somebody's messing with you or talking crazy to you. Before you turn it on, there's always a moment where you're like, wait, come on. Are you like that moment? That's what the hate is about.
Okay.
It's like when people ratio me or troll me on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. When young rappers get up and talk crap about me, when younger colleagues in the industry are trolling me, you know, I was always quiet. Partly, I'm very busy. Secondly, I don't really get intimidated. I don't get intimidated by like Twitter talk. But I think it got to a point where I was like, come on. And that's what the hate is about. You don't respect your elders anymore? It's all right. It's okay, bro. But you should bow down when you talk to M. They play my ish in Soweto. I'm a god, I'm a king, I'm a pharaoh. I've been a leader since I was a day old. When I talk, you should pay close attention. Because of why? Because I say so. That's the hate.
That's like an affirmation.
Yes, so.
That sounded,
and we should all have it. There's somebody that you should talk to. The person is like, wait, listen. Do you know who you're talking to?
It's me.
Or dare I run this, I do that, I do. Please. You should listen to me.
Exactly. I like the fact that you said I'm even busy. So first of all, I don't take note, but now that I'm taking note, hear this.
Yeah.
So the guy, I actually started saying the guy. That's how I call it. So there are a few lines. Of course, it's rap, and you guys are very lyrical and intellectual. I mean, you're called the most intelligent rapper. Sorry to others, I love you all. But right, so. Are there any hidden truths in the guy? Where is all that coming from?
That's a good question. Hidden truths. There's a lot of things that I say that maybe are not apparent, but are really true. You know, are really true. I talk about being betrayed. That's really true. I talk about a lot of lines I just draw from my life. And when I make something like illegal music, I sometimes will think and fabricate scenarios to record raps. But since like I am 3, I've been writing less. I sit and listen to the music and I sort of formulate the verses in my head and then record them. I'll make some adjustments here and there, but I record them. So yeah, if you listen to the album, you're gonna hear a lot about my actual life. You're gonna hear actual statements about things that have actually happened to me, you know.
That's fantastic. I think what I love most about, having this conversation with you is the fact that you own your truth so much.
Yeah.
And that's something that is quite difficult in as much as we're so realistic right now. But owning our truth and coming to reality and terms with what we have. So I think it's an affirming moment and it's really beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you
very much. So this is almost the last question for me. Now, every creative, every artist, I don't want to use the word hate because I think it's a strong word. But what is that one song that you have that you say every time you listen, you're like, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth?
Yeah, I do have one, the song Chairman. And it's not because, so there are 2 songs called Chairman. There's one called The Chairman that's with Frank Edwards and with Orisha Femi. It's on the Chairman album, is the last song. And that one I really love. But there's a single, The Chairman, they call me The Chairman. And the reason why I was upset with the song, 2 reasons. Number one is, for the first time, I allowed the label at the time pressure me into releasing the song. It wasn't my choice. And maybe, because I love what you said about what can young creatives learn from it. I would say sometimes you have to hit a deadline, but as much as you can, if it's your art, be sure that it's what you want. And the reason why I say that is because the song was recorded in a key where I couldn't perform it on stage. So because of that, the song just never took off. Like I came out, I wanted to perform it, and then I think it just ended up having a bad taste. And then in people's mind, people were like, that's not really the song. And then when the album came out, I think people used the eye of seeing the song to judge the album, even though the song is not on the album. So it just gave me a funny sort of experience with the idea of the chairman. The idea of the chairman was, I started out as nobody, and at the point now where people are calling me chairman, I look and I see that God has done it, So I was trying to tell an arc, and then I got pressured. I put out this single, and it didn't go the way I wanted it to be. So I would say, protect your art as much as you can, even though, of course, when you're working in a corporate setting, there's sometimes you have to hit a deadline.
Some tight deadlines are important. Yeah. So protect your art. Any other words for, young creators? Because one thing that I know that we don't have a lot of is the older generation telling the truth. Because right now, this is such a big industry, and like it or not, younger creatives are looking up to and looking for one or two nuggets to pick up from here. And it's such a fantastic thing to have you on our couch. So if you have any of these nuggets to dish out, please share.
That's a good one, man. A few nuggets. Number one is get a job early on. Learning how to work is going to help you when you're creating your art. So learn how to do a 9 to 5. Learn how to, for me, it was mopping, cleaning toilets. When I was in school in the US, I still tap into that today. I was telling you right before we started how tired I am.
Yeah.
I've been going for 3 weeks now. And you have to keep going. When the times you have to tap into that and you have to stay focused. The second thing is what happens in your head is not what happens in the real world. Learn to tell the difference. Sometimes most creators are introverted and they can beat themselves up. What if I get rejected? What if I don't do this? What if I don't do that? What if people laugh at me? What if?
Lots of what ifs.
But that's just in your head. What is in your head will not affect anything. For you to affect something, you have to do things in the real world. Exactly. And what happens in the real world and what happens in your head are two different things. So even if you feel you're going to get rejected in your head, you should still try because, and then the last thing I would say is collaborate with people around you. Work with everyone around you. One of the beautiful things has been about coming here and seeing what you guys are doing is to see so many young people in the space working together. Every time I see that happening, I always see that it's successful for everyone involved.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been so nice having you here.
Same here.
Thank you. Guys, the guy.
Stream my album.
Stream
my album. My album is out.
It's
the guy,
live.
Gen Zs. You see me, I'm wearing shorts, wearing socks, stream my album, guys. Gen Z M is out.
Exactly. So stream the album, The Guy by M.I Abaga. Thank you so much, M.I, for joining us.
Blessings, everyone.
I remain the ever delectable lady, Odera Collins. Until next time when I come your way again, voila, bye. Peace out.
Peace.